In the face of rising economic pressures, our fellow citizens have been grappling with the harsh realities of inflation, soaring living costs, unpredictable markets, and economic indices. The challenges have tested the very fabric of our society, and we stand together to express our deepest empathy for every Nigerian who may be bearing the brunt of the current reforms as a result of the need to reposition the economic fortunes of our country and take us out of the doldrums and the messy situation we met when we assumed office in 2023. We want Nigerians to know that their struggles are not lost on this Senate. Our sacred duty as your earnest representatives remain to respond with the urgency and compassion that the current situation deserves. Amidst these trials, we have also seen commendable strides in various sectors from the executive arm of government, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Our agricultural initiatives are beginning to bear fruits. The strides made in infrastructure can be seen by all, even starting from the Federal Capital Territory. These glimmers of hope paved the way for a brighter future. The hard-won gains must not overshadow the pressing issues that still loom large before us. We must, as senators, prioritize the issues of security of our great nation, ensuring that every citizen can walk down any street in this country without fear. The recent surge in insecurity in some parts of the country remains a source of concern to the Nigerian Senate. It's also a glaring call for us to double our efforts in crafting laws and taking decisive actions in the National Assembly to safeguard all communities. There cannot be development in the face of insecurity. So as we embark on this new legislative session, I want to thank and appreciate all of you for exhibiting great sense of patriotism and nationalism. The spirit is good for community work, and together we believe we shall salvage the nation. I implore each and every one of you to continue to reflect upon the weight of the responsibilities that we bear as legislators in the current situation. We are indeed the voice of the people, entrusted with a sacred mandate to advocate for their rights and elevate their living standards. The challenges we face may seem formidable, yet we are also poised to confront them with unwavering candor and relentless determination, and together we shall succeed. We shall neither retreat nor surrender in our quest to uplift the fortunes of our fellow Nigerians. We must prove ourselves worthy of the trust that they have placed in us. We will continue our oversight functions to ensure that we don't just come here to pass budgets, but we ensure the implementation of those budgets. And therefore, the budgets we pass must bring tangible realities to every Nigerian, and every Nigerian must experience the efforts of the government. We must be tireless in our pursuit of those policies that promote economic stability, enhance security, foster social justice. We must meet the rising tide of cynicism in our land with steadfast resolve, genuine engagement, renewed commitment, and a clear vision for change, despite whatever castigation we may be getting in the social media. It is through our integrity and openness that we shall uphold the trust of the people. Therefore, we must engage our constituents constantly, listen intensely to their grievances, and ensure that their voices resonate within these hallowed chambers whenever we meet. Let each of us be a clarion call. Do so, akin to John the Baptist in the Holy Book, in the Holy Bible, and Yahya ibn Zachariah in the Holy Quran is one and the same person, proclaiming that in this blessed country, every valley shall be exalted, every mountain and hill made low, that the crooked paths shall be made straight, and the rough places made smooth, and that all flesh shall bear witness to the success of our collective efforts at the end of our tenure. So I urge you to continue in the journey. I conclude by appreciating you, your families, and your labors of love, your great sacrifices to our country. I call on all of us to approach this current session with the vigor and sense of unwavering purpose that we deserve. Let us return to our various communities as champions of their causes and as the voices that they want to hear, and not the voices they hate to hear. If we do so, we shall illuminate the path and bring about the glimmer of light for more prosperity for Nigeria. Distinguished colleagues, we have gathered already today, and we have just been informed of this very sad news of the demise of our colleague. I would have chosen to say that our return from the break, the legislative break, back to work is actually something we should regard as a vital undertaking, because our responsibilities as legislators transcend the boundaries of time and space. We all work around the clock. I've often reiterated that while the judiciary may stand as the last refuge of the common man, it is the legislature that embodies the first glimmer of hope for the common man. I believe if we, as the architects of our nation's destiny, can stem the tide when it rises and set ourselves with purpose, the executive arm will navigate with greater ease, and the judicial arm will ensure that the course defined by our collective will is adhered to. The very recent break was an opportunity for us to connect with the heartbeat of our constituents, instilling in them the belief that brighter days lie ahead. Therefore, many of us witnessed myriad of significant achievements and developments in all senatorial districts across the country, with senators traversing from length and breadth of their various constituencies. We remain resolute in our commitment to ensuring the development of our great nation. Very unfortunately, in the course of the break, this sad news of a very vibrant, distinguished colleague, a man who exuded so much candor, distinguished Senator Ifeanyi Ubah, was broken. A monumental loss to this National Assembly, the Senate in particular, his family, the good people of Anambra State, and Nigeria as a whole. We therefore extend our heartfelt condolences to his family, his constituents, Anambra State, and indeed our dear nation. at the appropriate time, will do justice to his legacies by devoting more time in chambers to discuss the times and life of distinguished Senator Ifeanyi. On this note, may I now invite our distinguished colleagues to rise, observe a minute silence in honor of distinguished Senator Ifeanyi. May the great soul of distinguished Senator Ifeanyi rest in perfect peace. Amen. This is from the State House, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, President of the Senate, Senate Chambers, submission of supplementary budget proposal to the 2024 statutory appropriations of the Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA. I write in accordance with the provisions of Section 121 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to forward herewith an additional supplementary budget proposal for the FCTA for consideration and passage by the Senate. This supplementary budget proposal has been prepared on the basis of the FCTA's reviewed revenue and expenditure forecast and is aligned with the fiscal and developmental policies of the federal government and the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. With it, the FCTA continues to prioritize improvement of human capital and infrastructure within the Federal Capital Territory. While I trust that the Senate will, in their usual expeditious manner, consider and approve the 2024 supplementary budgetary proposal of the FCTA, please accept, distinguished Senate President, distinguished senators, the assurances of my highest consideration and regard. This is signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So this is referred to the committee on distinguished colleagues, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, the Senate President, National Assembly Complex. Distinguished Senate President, confirmation of the appointment of National Coordinator, Chief Executive Officer, National Social Investment Program Agency, NCIPA. In accordance with the provisions of Section 4, subsection 14(1) of the National Social Investment Program Agency Act 2023, I am pleased to present for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of Dr. Badamasi Lawal as National Coordinator, Chief Executive Officer, National Social Investment Program Agency, NCIPA. While it is my hope that the Senate will consider and confirm the nominee in its usual expeditious manner, please accept, distinguished senators and the Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration and personal regards. Yours sincerely, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is referred to the Committee on Special Duties in collaboration with the Committee on Humanitarian Affairs. to be brought back to the Senate within 1 week. This is 19th August. GCON, President of the Senate, National Assembly Complex, distinguished Senate President, confirmation of appointment of commissioners for Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. In accordance with the provisions of Section 154, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, I am pleased to forward for confirmation by the Senate the appointment of 21 underlisted nominees as commissioners to fill the existing vacancies of their respective states in the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. Ms. Linda Nkechi Oti for Abia State, Mr. Akpabio Begs for Akwa Ibom, Enefe Ekene for Anambra, Professor Steve Uba for Benue, Chief Eyonsa Willie Cross River, Oruviere Egawe for Delta, Ndoka Henry Auregu for Ebonyi, Victor Eboigbe for Edo, Wumi Ogunola for Aikiti, Ozo Obureme Obodogu for Enugu, Mohammed Kabir Usman for Gombe, Alhaji Kabir Ibrahim Mashi for Katsina, Alhaji Adamu Fanda for Kano State. Dr. Kunle Wright for Lagos State, Aliu Makura Abdul Kadiri for Nasarawa State, Bako Shetima for Niger, Amosun Akim Akintayo for Ogun, Nathaniel Adeju Telegon for Ondo, Honorable Said Bello Ibrahim for Plateau, Modu Aji Julure for Yobe, His Excellency Bello Rabiu Garba, FCNA for Zamfara State. While I hope that the Senate will consider and confirm the nominees in the usual expeditious manner, please accept, distinguished Senate President, distinguished Senators, my highest consideration and assurances. Signed, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. To the committees on national planning and finance, national planning, economic affairs, and finance. Am I right? To be brought appointment of Chief Justice of Nigeria. In compliance with the provisions of Section 231, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, which gives the President powers to appoint the Chief Justice of Nigeria on the recommendation of the National Judicial Council and subject to confirmation of the appointment by the Nigerian Senate. I have the honor to forward the nomination of Honorable Justice Kudirat Motomori Olatokunbo Kekereku, CON, for confirmation as Chief Justice of Nigeria. While it is my hope that this request will receive the usual expeditious consideration and confirmation of the Senate, please accept, distinguished Senate President, the assurances of my highest consideration and personal regards. Yours sincerely, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is referred to the Committee of the Whole for consideration on the next legislative date. President, National Assembly Complex. Distinguished Senate President, decline of assent to the harmonized retirement age for the legislative officers of the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bill 2024. I write in respect of the harmonized retirement age for the legislative officers of the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Bill, passed by the National Assembly and forwarded to me for assent. Upon thorough examination and careful consideration, I have decided to withhold my assent to the bill. This decision is made in accordance with the powers vested in me by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I wish to express my sincere appreciation for the diligent work of the Senate with regards to the drafting and passage of this bill. However, I trust that this decision will be received with understanding and acceptance. Please accept the assurances of my highest consideration and respect. This is signed by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Just for your notification. To enable us mourn the demise of our distinguished colleague, Senator Ifeanyi, the motion has been moved and seconded. Those in support of the motion as moved and seconded say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The Senate therefore stands adjourned to Wednesday, 25th day of September 2024 at 11 a.m.